Guys, this is Richie here with Fine Football. This is your Week 12 NFL Thursday night. Huge game for playoff implications, division implications. Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans. Both are 6-4. Both are sitting on top of their division. Both trying to get to the playoffs. Indianapolis coming off a 33-13 win over Jacksonville. Jacoby Brissett, 148 passing, a touchdown, a pick, +1 rushing. Jonathan Williams ran for 116. Marlon Mack ran for 109 and a touchdown. They ran for 264 yards. They did turn over twice. And they had a very, very defensive point after attempt conversion. They returned a 2-point attempt by Jacksonville for 2 points of their own. Houston got killed by Baltimore, 41-7. Watson, 169 passing and a pick, 2 turnovers. They gave up 491. They didn't do a whole lot in that game. The first meeting between these two teams earlier this season went to the Colts. It was a 30-23 game. It was kind of even. I'm going to go with the Colts again. I really like Brissett. Marlon Mack's been doing well. Texans have Hopkins and Watson and everything. But I think this will be an even game, and I'm going to give Indianapolis the edge again in this one. All right, moving to Sunday, the Bucs and the Falcons. Bucs got killed by New Orleans, 34-17. Winston stuffed again, 4 interceptions. They only ran for 36 yards. Atlanta's coming off a really nice 2-game winning streak. They killed the Saints, Super Bowl contender, 26-9. 2 weeks ago, and then this past week they beat another playoff contender with the Panthers 29-3. Ryan threw for 311 and a touchdown. Calvin Ridley had 8 catches, 143 and a touchdown. They only ran for 54 yards. Defense had 5 sacks, 4 turnovers, and a punt return touchdown. I'm going to go Atlanta. Winston's a fucking idiot, and he throws too many interceptions, so I'll go Falcons. Broncos and Bills. This is big for the Bills. They're 7-3. They're in that number 1 wild card spot, trying to maintain their edge. Denver's coming off a 27-23 loss to Minnesota. Denver was up 20-0 at halftime and lost. Allen passed 17-39, not good, 240, 1 touchdown, a pick. Cortland Sutton, 5 catches, 113. But they put 394. They did turnover. They forced 2 turnovers by defense. Buffalo killed Miami 37-20. Their own Allen, Josh Allen, 256 passing, 3 touchdowns, plus 56 rushing, a touchdown. Brown had 9 catches for 137, 2 touchdowns. Their defense had 7 sacks in that game. I'm going to go the Bills here. The Bills have been playing really, really good. They've been a good team all year, this period. All right, Giants and Bears. Bears are 4-6. They might have a slim, very, very slim shot at a wild card, but they're like 3 games behind the last wild card spot, so probably not. The Giants coming off a bye. Giants lost to the Jets 34-17 in the last game. Daniel Jones played well, 308, 4 touchdowns. Darius Slayton, 10 catches, 121, and 2 touchdowns. They only had 23 rushing yards, and they turned it over twice. The Bears lost to the Rams 17-7. Trubisky, 190, 1 touchdown and a pick. They only had 267, and defense forced 2 turnovers. They only allowed 283 total yards. I'm actually going to go with the Giants here. Chicago sucks on offense. Their defense is good, but the Giants have shown something. Yeah, it's still a rookie, Daniel Jones, but I'm going to go out a little bit and say the Giants beat Chicago. All right, Steelers and the Bengals. Steelers came off that weird loss to Cleveland 21-7. Mason Rudolph, he threw 4 interceptions, which did not help. Cincinnati lost to Oakland 17-10. Finley 13-31, 115 a pick. They did run for 173 yards. They had 2 turnovers. The defense had 3 sacks and forced 2 turnovers. I think this will be pretty even. But the Steelers are just 1 game out of the wild card spot, and I think they will turn around here. I think Mason Rudolph will bounce back, and I think they'll get the win. All right, Miami and the Browns. Miami got killed by Buffalo 37-20. Fitzpatrick, 323 passing. Parker, 7 catches, 135. They only ran for 23 yards. Whereas Cleveland had that win against Pittsburgh 21-7. Baker, 193 passing, 2 touchdown passes, and 1 rushing. Defense had 4 sacks, 4 turnovers, and only had 236 yards. That being said, I have a weird feeling Miami's going to win this game. Browns are way too inconsistent. The Dolphins, the last 3 games, they've shown something. I have a feeling the Dolphins are going to come away with this, and people will be wondering what the hell's wrong with Cleveland, because they're Cleveland. All right, the Panthers and Saints. This is big for playoff implications. Panthers are 5-5, trying to maybe claw their way into a wild card. The Saints are, I think, on top, or like 1 or a couple games out of maybe getting a bye in the first round of the playoffs. The Panthers got killed by Atlanta, though, 29-3. Kyle Allen, 325, but 4 interceptions. McCaffrey, 70 rushing yards, 11 catches, 121. Defense had 3 sacks. Runs killed Tampa 34-17. Breeze 228, 3 touchdowns. Michael Thomas 8 catches, 114 and touchdown. Defense forced 4 turnovers and had a pick 6 at the end. I'm gonna go New Orleans here. I think the Saints they're really good. They're a Super Bowl contender. All right, Raiders and Jets. Big one for the Raiders. Raiders are 1 game behind the Chiefs in the division, but they do have, I think right now they have the last wild card spot. So in the AFC, so they're trying to maintain that. They had a nice win over Cincinnati, 17-10. Carr passed 25-29, 292, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, plus 1 rushing touchdown. Josh Jacobs having an awesome rookie year, ran for 112. Their defense had 5 sacks, 2 turnovers. Max Crosby had 4 sacks all by himself. Whereas the Jets, they beat Washington 34-17. Sam Darnold, 293, 4 touchdown passes. Ryan Griffin, 5 catches, 109 and a touchdown. They turned it over twice. Defense had 6 sacks and allowed 225. This might be pretty close. The Jets might be able to move it a little bit, but I'm going to go Oakland here. I think Oakland has solidified themselves as a dangerous wild card team that could upset 1 or 2 people in the playoffs. All right, this is a pretty big game for the NFC playoffs. The Seahawks and the Eagles. Seahawks are 8-2. They're trying to win their division. They're trying to get a first round bye. Eagles are 5-5. They're only 1 game behind Dallas in their division. The Seahawks are coming off a bye. The last game was that awesome Monday night game a couple weeks ago against San Francisco where they won in overtime 27-24. Russell Wilson, 232, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, 53 rushing yards. They did turn it over 4 times. Defense still had 5 sacks, 3 turnovers, and a fumble return for a touchdown. Whereas Philly lost a close game to the Patriots 17-10. Wentz 20-42, 14 touchdown. They only had 255 yards. I think this will be closer. The line's Philly by 1.5. That's ridiculous. Probably because Seattle has to travel. That's about it. I think Seattle is the better overall team, almost by far. That being said, I mean, I can see this being close, but I'm going to go with Seattle getting the victory here. But it has a lot of implications for playoffs and divisions for both teams and for other teams as well. All right, Jacksonville and the Titans. Now, they are in the the Jaguars and Titans both are in the division with the Texans and the Colts. Texans, Colts are 6-4. Titans are 5-5. Jaguars are 4-6. So they're all within 2 games of each other for the division for a possible wild card. Titans are right there, right like a game behind the Raiders. Jaguars are only 2 games behind. Jacksonville, they lost the last game 30-13 to the Colts. Foles, 296, 2 touchdowns, a pick. DJ Chark, 8 catches, 104, 2 touchdowns. They only ran for 29 yards. Their defense did have 3 sacks and forced 2 turnovers. Tennessee's coming off a bye. They had a huge win over Kansas City, 35-32. Tannehill, 181 passing, 2 touchdowns, plus 37. Henry ran for 188 yards and 2 touchdowns. I think this will be a pretty close game. Nick Foles is played pretty well for the Jaguars. Titans, Tannehill's been playing pretty well. This is a really even game. The game is Tennessee by 3. The line is... That sounds about right. I want to pick Jacksonville because I like them, but I will go with the Titans in the end. I do think this will be close. I do think this may come down to that 3 points, maybe a field goal win made here to win it or miss to lose it or whatever. I think that'll be really with a lot of, like I said, a lot of division and playoff implications there. All right, Detroit taking on the Redskins. Detroit coming off a 35-27 loss to Dallas, but Matt Stafford's been hurt. Jeff Driscoll's been playing pretty well. He passed for 209, 2 touchdowns, ran for 51, and another touchdown. Washington lost to the Jets 35-17. Dwayne Haskins had his first start, 214 passing, 2 touchdowns, a pick. They only had 225 yards. They allowed 6 sacks in that game. I'm going to go Detroit here. I think Driscoll's been playing well enough for them to be a floundering Redskins team. All right, then big game late in the day. Cowboys 6-4 and the Patriots 9-1. Patriots trying to maintain that 1-game lead over Baltimore for a first round bye for the first overall number 1 overall seed. Cowboys 1 game ahead of the Eagles in their division to get to playoffs. Cowboys coming off of the big win over Detroit 35-27. Dak has been on fire. 444 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. Michael Gallup, 9 catches, 148. Randall Cobb, 4 catches, 115, and a touchdown. They put up 509 yards. They had 3 sacks in that game. New England's coming off a close 17-10 win over Philly. Brady passed for 216. They only had 290 yards, but their defense, 5 sacks, only allowed 255. This is a dangerous game. It's got New England favored by 6. I think it may be closer than that. I almost want to go with the Cowboys to win. It's Brady. The Patriots defense is good, but the Cowboys offense has been unbelievable. Dak's been doing really, really well. That being said, I have a feeling this is Brady. His numbers have been subpar for Brady. 14 touchdowns and 5 picks. Not bad. They're 9-1. Who cares? Their defense, he's doing enough to win, right? I have a feeling this is where Brady, everybody's talking shit about Brady. He powers up in these games. Dak might throw 3 or 4 touchdowns. Brady might throw 4 or 5. I have a feeling that's what's going to happen. I'm gonna go Patriots here. Then a hell of a Sunday nighter. The Packers 8-2 and the Niners 9-1. Whoever, if the Packers can win, they should have the number 1 overall seed, or at least above the Niners. If the Niners can win, that's a huge boon for them. Green Bay's coming off a bye. Their last game was a 24-16 win over Carolina. Rodgers 233. Aaron Jones ran for 93 yards, but had 3 touchdowns. They ran for 163. Adams had 7 catches for 118. Defense had 3 sacks, forced 2 turnovers. San Francisco had a come from behind win against Arizona, 36-26. They were down 16-0. Garoppolo brought them back. 424 passing, 4 touchdowns, 2 picks. Deebo Samuel, 8 catches, 134. They only ran for 34. They might want to get that going against Aaron Rodgers' offense to try to keep them off the field. Their defense, 4 sacks, 2 turnovers, fumble return touchdown at the end. This is going to be an awesome game. 49ers defense is good. Green Bay's defense isn't bad. Both offenses are solid. It's got San Francisco by 3. Oh, man, this might be like another Seattle-San Francisco game again. This may go deep into overtime. I get Rodgers. I think Green Bay has the edge with quarterback. I like Garoppolo, but Rodgers is Rodgers. But the 49ers seem to have that team, man. They have a really, really good team. I think they're going to do a little too much on defense. I'm going to go the 49ers here, but I cannot wait for that game. That's going to be awesome. And then the Monday night game is pretty big as well. Ravens and the Rams. Ravens are 8-2. Rams are 6-4. Rams, they're a couple games out from their own division. They're like 1 game out from a wild card spot. Ravens are only 1 game behind the Patriots. Lamar Jackson's been going all Lamar Jackson on them, on everybody. Baltimore killed Houston 41-7. Jackson passed for 222, 4 touchdowns, ran for 86 yards. Gus Edwards 112 rushing and a touchdown. They put up 491 yards. Defense had 7 sacks, forced 2 turnovers in that game. Rams had a low-scoring game against Chicago. They won 17-7. Goff only 173 yards passing and a pick. Gurley got going with 97 rushing yards and a touchdown. They had 2 turnovers. Their defense had 3 sacks. The Rams have been kind of going away from their pass game. They're trying to get that Gurley game going. They may need to do that against the Ravens to try to keep that offense of the Ravens off the field, but it's going to be tough. It's Baltimore by 3, it says. I think Baltimore might. Lamar Jackson's been freaking amazing. So I'm going to go Baltimore there. It should be big. It's a big-time game with a lot of playoff implications in it. I'm going to go Ravens there. All right, those are my picks previews for the NFL. Check out all my other stuff. Peace.
Lost all hope and wake up, try to find my focus. Meet someone new, but the walls ain't broken. It's a never-ending circle I'm in. Time slow when you're on your own and miss seeing that name on your phone. And phone rings, not you, heart slow, man. Why you gotta switch up the plan?